Cherry Laurel, the deadly hedge. Welcome to Pete's world of poisonous plants. Today, we're looking at a hedge that seems harmless, even respectable, but hides a deadly arsenal within its glossy leaves. You've walked past it in gardens, churchyards, and parks without giving it a thought. But this is no ordinary shrub. This is the cherry laurel, Prunus laurocerasus, the hedge with cyanide in its veins. Inside the leaves are two chemicals, amygdalin and emulsin. On their own, they don't sound particularly terrifying, but when the leaf is crushed or chewed, they mix together. And when they mix, they instantly release hydrogen cyanide gas with a sweet almond scent. It's like the plant is carrying its own built-in chemical weapon, waiting for anyone foolish enough to bite down on its glossy green armor. Cyanide works in a horrifyingly simple way. It prevents your cells from using oxygen. You could be breathing perfectly well. Your blood could be full of oxygen, but your cells are starved of it. The result is dizziness, nausea, confusion, difficulty breathing, convulsions, coma, and if enough is consumed, death. A cruel irony. Your lungs are working, but your body is suffocating from the inside. History shows us that people once used this plant in reckless ways. From the 1600s, apothecaries distilled its leaves into a liquid known as Laurel Water. In tiny doses, it was used in medicine and even as flavoring, giving foods a bitter almond taste. But it was a dangerous gamble. Too much, and the flavoring became a lethal poison. In 1773, a German apothecary's apprentice famously died after tasting laurel water, and some whispered that it was used deliberately by poisoners, since cyanide poisoning can resemble natural illness and was difficult to detect. Now let's talk about mythology. The true laurel, Laurus nobilis, was sacred to Apollo in ancient Greece. Crowns of bay laurel were given to Olympic victors, emperors, and poets. It was a symbol of triumph and glory. But the cherry laurel is not Apollo's laurel. It is an impostor, a deadly mimic. To mistake one for the other is to crown yourself not with honor, but with poison. In folklore, impostors often symbolize deceit, and this plant fits that perfectly. Even today, the cherry laurel causes trouble. Gardeners cutting large amounts of branches have been overcome by cyanide fumes. Burning laurel leaves is even more dangerous because the smoke carries hydrogen cyanide. Livestock, such as cattle and horses, have been poisoned by eating laurel leaves in fields, and the berries, glossy and black, still lure the curious or the careless. And yet, despite all this, cherry laurel is one of the most common hedging plants in Britain. People plant it for privacy, for its evergreen beauty, for its fast growth. But with every hedge comes the risk of poison. It's almost comical. People wanting a peaceful garden screen have unknowingly chosen a hedge armed with cyanide. Forget good fences make good neighbors. In this case, toxic hedges make very quiet ones. So the next time you see those glossy green leaves, those innocent white flowers, or those tempting blackberries, remember this: the cherry laurel is no friend to the curious. It is an evergreen assassin, hiding cyanide in its leaves and stones, waiting for the careless to make a mistake. Nature's most dangerous plants don't always look monstrous. Sometimes they look like the neat hedge outside your neighbor's house. As my granddad used to say, you don't have to give up gardening, just wear gloves and devint eaten out. The cherry laurel, evergreen, ornamental, and quietly armed with cyanide. Enter at your own risk.